The old city of Ghent is a picturesque muddle of alleyways rimmed by quaint steeple-roofed buildings running along pretty canals. Along with Bruges, Ghent is Belgium's star architectural tourist attraction, but unlike Bruges, it comes without the tour bus hordes. A walk through town on a summer's evening when most of the important buildings are illuminated is one of the best sightseeing experiences, as is a canal boat ride down the many branches of the Scheldt and Lei canals that intersect the city. For history lovers and architecture fans, Ghent is one of the top places to visit in Belgium, plus its lack of tourists make it a great place to get to grips with modern local Flemish culture. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 rated attractions and things to do in Ghent. And just wait till you see the number 3 that we're going to be showing in this video, something you would never even have thought of, so make sure you watch till the end. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome travel guides, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know when we publish a new video. So now let's cut to the chase. At 10, Museum of Fine Art. The main emphasis of the collection here is painting covering the 15th to 20th centuries. The central hall adjoining the entrance hall has 8 fine Brussels wall tapestries, 3 with motifs from the story of Darius and 5 with the theme Triumph of the Gods. Left of this hall are the Old Masters. Prominent are 2 works by Hieronymus Bosch in room B, Bearing of the Cross and Saint Hieronymus. To the right of the tapestry room are paintings of the 19th and 20th centuries, especially by Belgian artists. The museum also hosts a wide variety of travelling exhibits on loan from other world-class fine arts museums. At 9, Town Hall. Built over a long period of time, Ghent's magnificent town hall combines a variety of architectural styles. On the oldest parts of the building on the Hoogpoort, completed in the style of Bruges City Hall in 1482 and containing the council chambers, the architects Rombout Keldermans and Dominic de Wagemaker built a new wing in the finest late Gothic form, richly decorated with statues. However, building work on this part, which is best seen from the corner of Hoogpoort and Belfortstraat, was suspended because of religious disputes in 1539. Only a quarter of the original plan was realised, and only the Peace Hall and the Marriage Chapel, both 1535, were built. Work only resumed at the end of the 16th century, so that the wing facing the Bottermarkt is in Renaissance style, as is the throne room on the upper floor. At 8, discover the Korenlei Canal area. The Sint-Michielsbrug leads down to the Korenlei Canal, itself lined by splendid facades and offering the best view of the even finer houses on the opposite bank of the Graslei. While wandering here, take note of the following houses. Number 15 is the site of the former Hof van Groothuizen, which dates from 1352 and is now replaced by a building with a neoclassical facade that also encompasses number 17 to 19, the Hotel de Gelink. Number 7, along the Korenlei, is the Gildhuis de Onvrije Schippers, which is a Baroque building dating from 1739. Also, pay attention to the beautiful facade of number 24, Lintworm en Krocht. This was a Romanesque chateau from the 12th century that was rebuilt at the beginning of the 20th century. At 7, St. Michael's Church and Sint-Michielsbrug. St. Michael's Church is located on the western shore of the Leie and is known for its absolute grandeur. A massive Gothic church constructed of Belgian sandstone. The pulpit, altar and many other parts of the interior are in neo-Gothic style, which other styles are represented as well, including an early 17th century Baroque confessional. Among the church's treasures are several 18th century statues, paintings by Baroque artists like Van Dyck, and the relic of Doorn, which was a gift from Mary Queen of Scots. Next to the church is Sint-Michielsbrug, a beautiful stone arch bridge known for its spectacular views of the skyline. From here, you can see all 3 of Ghent's iconic towers, making this an excellent spot for photography. Visit in the evening for a particularly nice view of the city's landmarks illuminated. Next up at 6, Explore Korenmarkt. Ghent's Korenmarkt is a historic square that is home to many of the old guild houses positioned along the Leie Canal. This was once an important centre of trade, and today it is a lively area known for its lovely architecture and numerous restaurants and cafes. Each year in late July, the Korenmarkt is the centre of a 10-day festival, Ghentse Fiesta, which combines plenty of music, theatre and other entertainment, as well as lots of food stalls. Yum! Bordering the southern side of the Korenmarkt, St. Nicholas Church is one of Ghent's most iconic landmarks. Its exterior is constructed of Tournai bluestone in the Scheldt Gothic style, dating back to the 13th century. Of note are its imposing central tower and an organ made by Aristide Cavaillé. And now at 5, stroll the neighbourhood of Graslei. Some of Belgium's finest guild houses are along the Graslei Canal. This is an excellent place for a stroll for anyone with more than a passing interest in architecture. Check out the adjoining Gildehuis de Vrie Schippers, built in 1531 in the Brabant Gothic style, and Gildehuis de Grandmeters, with its step gable that dates from 1698. Further along, you'll see Tulhuisje, a Flemish Renaissance building of 1682, which stands next to the Romanesque Spica of Cornstapelhuis. The Gildehuis de Metselaars from 1527 in Brabant Gothic style completes this unique row of guild houses. At 4, cruise Ghent's Canals. Ghent's canals are an attraction by themselves and provide the most relaxing sightseeing experience in the city. There are various ways to enjoy Ghent from the canals, ranging from regular public boat tours and private customizable cruises in a traditional tow barge to kayak rental. Several different companies run regular public cruise departures from docks in the central city. The typical boat tour lasts 40 minutes and cruises past all of Ghent's major sites, including the Belfry and Gravensteen, as well as the canal-side Guildhall architecture along the Leie Canal. On the public tours, you can turn up and buy your ticket before you board, but if you want to reserve your ticket, this 40-minute guided boat trip in Ghent departs from the Graslei port and plies the Leie Canal route past all the major sites, including Gravensteen. Or you could get wet in a kayak. And at 3, climb to the top of the Belfry. Phew! On the west side of Sint-Baafskathedraal stands the 91-metre-high Belfry, symbol of the city's independence, where the charters of the privileges of Ghent were kept. The tower was begun about 1300, and by 1338 it was mainly completed. The present-day spire was restored to its original 14th-century form at the beginning of this century and replaced the wooden bell tower of 1380. It is crowned by a gilded copper dragon, which was first installed in 1377. Today, it is a replica, as are the 4 armed figures at the corners of the platform. Only one of the originals of these survives and can be seen on the ground floor. You can climb, or definitely take the elevator in my case, from the first floor to the top of the tower for great views over the central Old Town district of Ghent. The splendid cloth hall directly adjoins the Belfry. This building by Simon van Asche was the meeting place of the wool and cloth traders and was converted into a prison in the 18th century. Today it has a cafe-restaurant, don't get locked up in there, which is popular with tourists. At 2, the Fortress of Gravensteen. Gravensteen is one of the strongest moated fortresses in Western Europe, surrounded by the River Lieve. It was built between 1180 and 1200 on the orders of Philip of Alsace, the former Count of Flanders, on the foundation of an earlier 9th century structure, and was created in the style of Syrian Crusader castles. Today it remains a unique example of the European medieval art of fortification. In the 14th century, it ceased to have a military function and was used by the counts for administration of the land. In 1800, it came into private ownership and was converted into a cotton mill and flats for the workers. Most of the castle's area, including the ramparts, can be toured by visitors. In front of the castle extends the ancient Sint-Verleplein, possibly the oldest square in Ghent, although the neighbouring facades are of 17th century origin at the earliest. This square was a marketplace, but also the site of executions and burnings of the victims of the Inquisition. And finally, at number 1, Cathedral of St. Bavo. On the eastern side of Sint-Baafskathedraal stands the Cathedral of St. Bavo, a majestic building of brick and granite with the Romanesque crypt of its predecessor, St. Jan's Church. Charles V gave the cathedral its present name after he destroyed the old one to build a fortress, well, as you do. The High Gothic cathedral choir dates from the 13th century, while the late Gothic tower and the main nave were built during the 15th and 16th centuries. The light interior of the cathedral is richly decorated with some unique paintings. These include the Conversion of St. Baaf by Peter Paul Rubens and Christ Among the Doctors by Frans Pourbers. The most famous artwork here, though, is the Altar of Ghent, also known as the Adoration of the Mystic Lamb, renowned as by far the greatest masterpiece of Old Flemish painting. Below the main church, the extensive crypt contains numerous tombs of bishops and a rich treasury. The outstanding cavalry triptych of 1464 by Joos van Wassenhove is also shown in one of the chapels. And there you have the top 10 rated attractions and things to do in Ghent. Did you like what you saw? Let us know in the comments down below. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fantastic travel guides. See you next time.